What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys the final week of the NPA Season 4. The Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the Seattle Seakings in our final match of the regular season. If you guys are hyped for this final match, man, show some love. This is our team builder where we're going to break down the team of Pokemon that we're bringing, why we're bringing them, and so on and so forth. I do want to preface this by saying this match does not matter in the slightest, man. We've already clinched playoffs. We've already clinched the first round bye, so I don't have to worry about it. So there's no match next week because I've got a playoff bye. But with that said, I would like to win because we were sitting at 9-2 and I want to be 10-2. 10-2 sounds really good to me. 9-3, not as good. 10-2 sounds awesome, and I'd like to keep this streak going. So we're gonna hopefully keep it rolling here for the playoffs. Joedor and the Seattle Seakings are our opponent. He's 4-7 so far this season. Had a bit of a rough start, but he's got an incredible team, insane team. So we're gonna talk about his team. I'll break down my team and all that stuff in between. Kieran Black is his first thing, man. This thing's an absolute positive monster. 95 base speed, but that 170 attack stat is incredible. It can break through so many things. It's got some really good coverage options, Earth Power and Ice Beam. Can also run ICMZ and just nuke something, and of course the Dragon type moves there. Just a really strong Pokemon. Nidoqueen is his kill leader with 12 kills in 11 games. Thing's a beast, man. Toxic Spikes, Stealth Rock, also just very defensive, very bulky. Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Ice. It gets so many coverage moves. Life Orb Nidoqueen is such a problem. Rotom Heat, very good Mawile switching, which is something that it could bring, but generally you see Defog, maybe Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, Overheat, things like that. Jellicent, another good Pokemon that can kind of stop my hail. I feel like he's got a good match against me. Jellicent, just a very bulky Ghost and Water type Pokemon with Water Absorb. Archeops is pretty scary, man. This thing hits incredibly hard. Does have that defeatist ability, so if it gets hit with Stealth Rocks or things like that, drops below 50%, it loses half its attack, so it's a lot weaker. Regice kind of weird because, you know, I have the Hail. If he brings Ice Body Regice, it can be really difficult to take down because it just heals itself. It's just a really bulky Pokemon in general. Mega Medicham is a beast, dude. He's brought it to 7 games, got 9 kills. Kind of surprising that it hasn't done better than that, but Mega Medicham obviously hits incredibly hard, just an insane attack stat because of its ability, similar to Mawile, but it's got priority and it's also faster, 100 base speed, so I almost feel like in some ways it's better than Mawile. Obviously Mawile hits harder because it's got better dual stab in Fairy and Steel, but you know, fighting in Psychic dual stab is pretty good. The thing that Medicham struggles with is like bulky Psychic types. Kartana, it's crazy he's got this team. This is a good team, dude. Kartana, Steel, and Grass type, obviously that incredibly low special defense stat. Dies to fire, of course, and ice beams and things like that, just because it's so weak specially, but it could be like an offensive one. Swords Dance, it could be a Focus Sash, it could be Salt Vest, it could be Aqua Berry, it could do a lot of different things. Just a very strong Pokemon. Comfey, Defogger, does get some priority through its triage ability, being able to do priority healing moves, which is kind of interesting. Generally pretty specially bulky. He's brought it to 6 games. It hasn't really done a ton. Beartic, he hasn't brought it all. Beartic is really good in the Hail, and I feel like he could bring it against me if he wants to run counter Hail. But I don't know if he's gonna worry about Hail. Like, I don't know if he's gonna predict me to bring Hail, because I feel like Hail's only not, it's like kind of good against him, but not really. So I don't know if he predicts Hail or not. If he does, he might try to counter Hail. But again, this match, it is what it is. And then Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is just a really bulky Pokemon, which gets a lot of good coverage options. It can actually do a couple different things, so kind of cool there. But let's talk about our team. In terms of what I think he's going to bring, he said he was going to kind of meme it out. He said, take it for what you will, but I'm thinking about, I'm going to meme it out. And I said, okay, I'm probably going to build a team. You know, I'm trying to get ready for playoffs here, so I don't know what he's going to bring. But I would imagine Kieran Black, Kartana, Medicham, Jellicent, Rotom makes a lot of sense, like a Nidoqueen. If he wants to meme it out, he's going to bring, you know, something like Regice and Beartic. You know, he's gonna bring Hail. I don't know what to expect because he says he's gonna meme it out. I'd rather him not, because then who knows what he's bringing. But let's talk about our team here. So we're gonna be kicking things off with Victini here, bringing a especially offensive Victini, max speed. It's gonna allow some speed time Medicham, but Blue Flare, Focus Blast, Psyshock, and Shadow Ball. Pretty straightforward stuff, man. Blue Flare is just gonna nuke things. Focus Blast is nice for Kieran. We do have the Victory Star, which boosts our accuracy, so Focus Blast is 77% accurate. Expert Belt boosts all of our special effective hits. Psyshock is nice because it helps me against Nidoqueen. It helps against Comfey if it tries to sit up on me. Shadow Ball is really nice for things like Jellicent. So, you know, pretty straightforward stuff there. The next Pokemon is our Sharpedo Jawsome, baby. I feel like I didn't use Sharpedo at all at the beginning of the season, and then all of a sudden I brought it like 4 of our last matches. Like, I just keep bringing it because it's been putting in some work. But this is a offensive Sharpedo, Liquidation, Crunch, Hidden Power, Fire, which is of course for Kartana, and Protect to get that speed boost. So pretty straightforward there. Really like this set though, because Liquidation's good against a lot of his team. Crunch helps against the Jellicent, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously getting speed boost up can really be beneficial, and if we weaken his team a little bit, this thing can just win the game. Hidden Power Fire, obviously, for Cortana is really nice. We're going to keep it rolling here with our Alolan Ninetales. This is a really fun set, man. I got that Icy Rock to maximize our hail turns, and this is where I'm a little worried if he brings hail, because if he counter hails me, it could be tricky, but Toxic is there for Jellicent on the Jellicent switching. Aurora Veil, obviously, with Icy Rock is just nice. Moonblast and Blizzard. We're rocking a especially offensive set. That's just to hit the Kyurem as hard as possible. Probably has Iron Head, but you know what I mean? It's nice to have. Obviously, Bullet Punch Medicham is going to be a thing. Or Speed Time with Cortana. Blizzard obliterates that thing. But if he tries to outspeed us or whatever, we have a speed tie going on there. But Toxic also hits the Rotom switch again. He's got a couple different switches to this thing, so being able to hit the Rotom switching it is nice. We're going to keep it rocking here. We've got our Alolan Sandslash Whiteout, bringing that Life Orb Jolly set. This thing's running a lot of speed. I want to make sure I can outspeed some of his slower stuff, like his bulkier stuff, and also make sure I can outspeed. I believe we're going to outspeed basically Scarf Kyurem, I think was what I aimed for, as well as Scarf Rotom. I can outspeed Scarf Cortana, so he does have that as an option if he brings Scarf Cortana or Scarf Archeops. Both could be problematic, but we should outspeed everything else. Inhale, obviously, Icicle Crush, Iron Head, Knockoff, and Rock Slide. Rock Slide for Rotom primarily, Knockoff for Jellicent, which is a good switch into this thing. And again, Icicle Crush, Iron Head, pretty straightforward stuff. Nothing crazy here. We're bringing pretty much the same Virizion set as last week. Instead of Quick Attack, I'm bringing Stone Edge, obviously, for Rotom. I got Gracium Z because I feel like it's important to be able to nuke something. We could hit something really hard, whether it's the Nidoqueen. I feel like that's like a main thing, is to hit the Nidoqueen. We could hit the Medicham. Obviously, we can nuke that. The Comfey, another thing that could potentially come in and we can bop it really hard. The Jellicent, obviously, primarily, and then we've got the Stab, like close combat for things like Kyurem, so we can hit those pretty hard. If I can get a Swords Dance up and I get rid of like Cortana, we could really put in some work. And then last but not least, Mawile. We're bringing Mega Mawile here. Defensive Mega Mawile though. I was torn on this spot. I was gonna bring Seismitoad. Thinking about Salamence at one point, but I feel like Mega Mawile is still really good in this match, despite the fact that like defensively it's a weird spot. So I'm bringing a max HP, mostly max defense set with Impish, so it's like a very bulky set to set Stealth Rocks. I feel like Stealth Rocks are really important in this match against things like Kyurem and Rotom and stuff like that. I really like the Intimidate because it helps me against Cortana, it helps me against Medicham. I can intimidate the Kyurem. Obviously have to be very scared of potential Earth Powers, but I have options, and again, the Intimidate's really nice. So again, some stuff it's really good, some stuff it's not very good. But I felt like Mawile was too good to not bring in this match, even if it just said Stealth Rocks and, Fire Fang heads to the Cortana. Iron Head, obviously, for everything else, and then Knockoff is nice for Jellicent switching in if it wants to resist, or, knocking off Rotom's item, or whatever it may be, kind of weakening his team. So that's pretty much the team. Nothing too crazy. Not gonna go overthinking anything here. Core strategy. Rocks are pretty important in this match. Got a lot of Rot weaknesses, and, just kind of weakening the team with Victini if I can. Using Virizion to try to break or win the game, and then ultimately I've got Sandslash or Sharpedo that should be able to come in and hopefully pull out the W. He's got a tough team, and again, he said he was memeing, so I don't know what to expect, but we're just gonna have a good time either way. So thank you guys for watching. Match will be up tomorrow. P4G is also going on. Again, no match next week for NPA because we have a bye week in the playoffs, and then we're going for our second championship run in the row. So let's do it. My name is Dan. I'll also go by aDrive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one, and be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.